Now, from a Nollywood actor, a renowned one at that, from the Nigerian movie industry, to a lawmaker, tell me, how did your journey into the lawmaking business started? I mean, what triggered the idea in you? Why the lawmaking business?
The interest came during the MKO period. That was about the mid to early 90s. I was very interested, in MKO Abiola, the movement. We were already in Lagos then, so I liked it. To me, it was fun. I liked the politics. I liked MKO's assertion and his diligence into making Nigeria great. Everything was exciting. I would say it became a national consciousness to me. I started becoming aware of Nigeria, the nation, so it's always been a vision to have the opportunity to serve.
Now, from the movie set to the floor of the House,
Yes.
I mean, it's well over a year now since
Yes.
you became a lawmaker in the House of Assembly. Tell me about your experience. How has it been working as a lawmaker?
If we look at lawmaking generally, in its general terms, it's so huge a task. I'm so fortunate as well to have come from the Lagos State House of Assembly, and is one of the best foundations you can ever get if you're looking into any kind of political future. You have dedicated men. You have men who know what you call their onions. You have men who understand what it is to make laws, what it is to listen to people. So we don't just make laws here, we listen, we represent, we carry out our oversight functions, we properly represent our people. We try. I see the obstacles in the way, but then we're also there. One more thing I learned is you can't learn everything by just reading the books. You have to experience it. In the experience, you also have to realize that you're not just here to make laws. Because the country is going through the whole lot that it's going through right now, you have to be like the face of government for your people and to your people. They can't grab government, but they can look at you, they can see you, they can communicate with you, they can vent their anger upon you. Sometimes you learn it the nice way, sometimes you learn it the hard way. It's over a year and 6 months now, coming into office, and I am learning. And at the floor of the House, seeing how bills are done, seeing the processes of the readings, going through motions, matters of urgent public importance, reports, the votes and proceedings of the day. It's just something that begins to grow in you. I'm loving it every day. I'm loving it.
Now, I'm sure this is one question viewers at home may be itching to ask you. I mean, I've had people ask me questions like, you see him every day. Does he still act? Let me ask you, do you still act?
No, not. You probably won't see me in front of the camera. That is not very likely. But I represent a constituency called Surulere. I represent a constituency called the film industry as well. I cannot be too far from them.
So what parts of the lawmaking business do you find most challenging?
Most challenging would be... What part do I find most challenging? I don't know if it's challenging, but I'll say exciting. Is the processes that go through getting a bill done, a bill that is turned into law. First you go through the first reading, second reading, goes for public hearing, and then the third reading, then you have your colleagues all meaningfully talking about why it should be or why it should not be. And I think the breath of, or the sigh of relief when everyone or majority agrees that it should be passed into law.
Okay, cool. Now let's talk about your activities on the floor of the House. Since you became a lawmaker in the House of Assembly, how many motions have you moved? Now, talking about bills, how many bills have you sponsored?
Bills.
Okay, out of these bills, how many became law?
I haven't. I've co-sponsored bills.
You may want to talk about a few motions.
Oh yeah, basically, two comes right in my head right now.
Okay.
First one was the motion to stop trucks from going over the overhead bridges. You know, at that period where trucks were falling a lot, you know, so that we had to push. I also did the other one on the shortages of water in areas in Lagos State, major areas in Lagos State, and that also was done. The skaters, those who skate on the streets, you know, I'm also going to do a reminder over when we resume as well.
Now let's talk about the people whose interests you represent here on the floor of the House. In the year 2015, they entrusted you with their mandates. Now, what have you done for them in return?
We trained over 150 of the 150 of them, trained, set them up, gave them money. We also, you know, there are some areas where water cannot be reached. We've helped with, you know, the old conventional boreholes, but yeah, we have to give them. People need to drink water. You know, we've provided roads, we've facilitated roads. You know, so far I've been able, by the grace of God, to push the rehabilitation of about close to 11 roads out of 13 that was marked for last year. We are doing, you know, I'm also trying to, because Surulere, the part I represent really are people that most of them actually came from the island in the 50s and the 60s. So we have them elderly right now. So instead of giving money cash in hand, we've provided things like transportation, like Marwa, where at the end of a week or 2 weeks or end of the month, they are able to help the elderly, you know, with stipend, you know, something to just keep body together. You know, so it's just a running program. We, right now, starting first week of next month, training intensively 40 children from Surulere who would have intensive training for close to a year in computer programming, and I'm picking extreme less privileged children, you know, that will give hope. Towards the middle of the year, we are starting to train kids in from ages 5 to 9, a 6-year program, you know, that we train them in different sporting activities. The plan is at the end of 6 years, I'm able to have under 14-year-olds that can represent the country, owing to the fact that Surulere has the national stadium and the state stadium in one constituency. So for me, I am more into building of the children's mind.
You seem to have a lot for your people.
Yes, and I'm excited about it because I'm glad for the fact that just the little you do is being appreciated by people, and just the fact that you were there, you know, makes them happy.
Now, working as a legislator in this House, how would you describe your relationship with other members of the House?
I'd say fantastic. I'd say fantastic. Hey, there's no point being a lone ranger. It won't work because you all need each other. I mean, you need to push things, you need to push laws, you need to be together. You know, I'd say it's great, you know, and there's mutual respect, and that's what's important, mutual respect.
And with that, I say, what's your own take on the leadership of this House, I mean, led by Right Honorable Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa?
I'm yet to see someone that has, for lack of qualifying that word, I've seen people, but I've not seen someone who upholds the integrity, and I mean it in every form of its word, the integrity of the office that he has sworn to uphold. He handles the lawmaking body like an egg. He treats it like an egg. He values it. He'd pick lawmaking decisions over any other thing, you know. So his desire to see the growth and to make sure that laws that will affect positively the people are being done is, to me, his strongest point. and I give that to him.
Now, a quick one. I want to ask you a funny question. Have you at any time missed acting,
Yes.
working as a lawmaker?
Yes.
Have you at any time sat down to ask yourself, oh, how I missed acting?
Not how I missed, but yes, I wish I could act again, like full time. But I'm glad because I'm in a position to make the industry better. So when you weigh it, you say, you know what, you are now in the position to make it better. So try and make it better. So.
So if given the opportunity, would you like to come back here again?
There's one thing God has never stopped you from doing, and that's aspiring. So it's good to aspire. It's good to aspire. So yes, if given the opportunity again, yes, why not? Why not?
So finally on this segment, before I let you go, I've got 2 questions for you. Now the first part is, what should your own constituents expect from you in coming years? And the other part of the question is, what should Lagos residents expect from this House of Assembly in coming years?
Firstly, constituents should expect proper lawmaking, proper representation. I'll do the job which I've been asked to do. Right now, we are being late because I'm having an interview, because I should be all the way in Badagry inspecting sites. And we're carrying out oversight functions today. That's my committee. My people should also expect that I am pro-children, and I will do everything within my power to grow the minds and the brains of the good people of Surulere, especially your children. And I'll do my best to be there for you, my utmost best. It's an open door policy. You can walk in anytime. You can talk to me anytime. You can shout at me if you want. You can slap me, hug me, kiss me, love me. I will represent you to the best of my ability. Wow. For Lagos State, we are going to do our best at making sure that laws that are being made are done in the best interest of the people of Lagos State. Wow,
I should say that it's been nice chatting with you on the program. Thank you so much for coming on the program. And I've been chatting with the lawmaker representing Surulere Constituency 1 in the Lagos State House of Assembly. He's also the chairman of House Committee on Tourism, Arts and Culture. It's Honorable Odushola Desmond Elliott. Thank you so much for coming once again.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And the program is still Lagos Parliament. Please stay with us. Now, when TVC News crew visited the lawmakers' constituency in Surulere Constituency 1, these were our findings.
He's nice. He associates with people. He's very friendly, and like some people he took out that traveled abroad recently. These are people that within this area, you believe they can never succeed again.
One good thing that he did that so much impressed me was when I went to Joelegba. He erected, he has done a toilet for them, which has been absent for so long a time. There's never been something like that there. But the day I saw it, I went close and I saw that he was the one who actually did it. So things like that, he has been doing all over, which I think is good. Thank God he has come to politics. Even before he became a politician, he was always willing to help.
My house got burnt. So once he heard that my house got burnt, he first ran to the place to see that really the house got burnt, and he now promised me for a help, which he did by renting a house for me. This is number 10 Imototo. Yes, he rented the house for me and furnished it for me, and I was given the key last year, October. It's only God that rewards both good and bad, to give him long life so that he can go back there for a second term, because it is not only good for such a good man to serve once. If he serves twice, his good riches could get to other citizens of the community.
And with that, we've come to the end of the program this week. We thank you for watching. I remain Abimbola Agbebi. Do join us again next week for another insightful package. Bye for now.